Hello, so I'm sure we're all familiar with 3M style masks and type of filters they use. However, what I've wanted for a while, and I've only just seen them for a decent price, is one of these. A 40mm to 3M adapter quantity 1. Use at your own risk. Always follow the respirator filter manufacturer's guidelines. Now, I'm not sure if this is a 3D printed thing or if it's made, using a better sort of plastic quality thing. So no idea how good this will actually be in terms of, using it for NBC type stuff, blah blah blah. But I don't think you'd really want to use 3M filters for sort of heavy NBC use anyway. But the idea is that if you have 40mm masks and you've got one of these, if you've only got some 3M filters available, you can put the 3M filters on an NBC mask. So, a 40mm mask. So let's try that. So first I'll just demonstrate these filters on the 3M mask. If I can get that bit round the back a moment. There we go. So as you can see, that works absolutely fine. These are the filters I'd actually sort of partially open the cases on so people could see what the inside of the particle filter looks like. But there you go. So as you can see, this 3M mask works absolutely fine, as it's meant to. Now, annoyingly, I don't actually have any 3M vapor filters, so I can't demonstrate if the vapor filters are, doing a banana oil test, but, here we go. So here's this. So in theory, this should just slot in here somehow and twist. There we go. That's locked in, so that looks like that. Now let's get the Canadian C4. And any 40mm mask should work. I assume this is NATO threaded, not GOST though. And let's try this. Yeah, this does look 3D printed, so it's not going to be the best quality plastic in the world, but looks serviceable. Oh, I didn't like that clicking noise then. There we go. That's a bit of a... yeah, I didn't like that crunching noise it just made, but let's test this bit initially anyway. So, seems to be pressurising. So yeah, the idea is pretty simple, but the issue I was saying about is I don't know how durable these will be if they're 3D printed, because that's the problem with a lot of 3D printed stuff. Sometimes the plastic can be a bit brittle. Hopefully this one's made alright, but So basically all it does is it just connects to a 3M filter like that, there, and then it just turns into a 40mm screw, so it's that side. So basically you just can put a 40mm filter. If I'm screwing it the right way, I don't even know, because it's a weird thing to be using, but yeah. So the idea is pretty simple. I think for quite a while some people have been asking me could I review these. But as said, all these really are is kind of a basic utility thing. If you have a sort of NATO mask and just want to basically just be able to get more filters for it, especially, not serious ones like particle filters. I mean, they're kind of serious, but you know what I mean, like if you're dusting and, sanding and stuff like that, rather than, full NBC frets, and you just basically wanted something so you could put filters on the mask more easily. So there's that. It's quite a simple idea. There's not loads I can say about it in this video, in all honesty. The quality could be a bit better, but it is what it is, and these are like £10 or so they're not stupidly expensive. They turn up on eBay, I assume, when people have 3D printed a load at once. This did at least have the O-ring in it. But yeah, there's that. So as you can see, seems to work alright. It's not perfect by any means, but it's not bad either. Let's just check I can get the filter back off of it. Now that's a bit annoying. The filter doesn't want to come out very easily. There we go. So yeah, I think the design itself is alright. It's just, when you get one, make sure it's made quite well, because some of these probably are quite cheap. Or, not too brilliantly 3D printed. But the idea itself is fine. I think there might even be an official one of these somewhere. The one the company's made at one point, just for the sake of longevity between masks and filters. But yeah, it's simply just an O-ring, a 3M style bayonet male adapter on that side, and a 40mm male screw there. Yeah, looking at that look, you can see already there's a bit of a crack in there. I don't know if that's going to show up on the camera, but there is, yeah, see that? Look, you can see my nose through it. So yeah, the plastic isn't all that durable, look, unfortunately. So yeah, see it's Ooh, yep, there we go. So yeah, so what do I think about these? Wow. As said, I wouldn't trust your life on it, certainly not that, because as you can see it's 3D printed, so it's a bit, you know, it's a bit crap in terms of plastic quality. But the idea is sound, so if in theory somebody made these with good bits of plastic, you know, if you find, bear in mind 3M particle filters per filter don't allow as much airflow as a typical 40mm like P3, P100 filter, so there's that as well. Basically you're going to have more restricted airflow, but it's a good idea in the sense of if you've got 40mm masks but can only locally find, you know, particle filters like 3M masks or something, the idea makes sense, it's just the quality needs to be a bit better, I'd say. But there you go.